Welcome to HouseLux Estate, your go-to channel for financial guidance and home management tips. Today, we're turning our focus towards a crucial aspect of financial security, building an emergency fund. For those who are new to this concept, an emergency fund is essentially a financial safety net. It's a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful and costly. Having an emergency fund can alleviate a great deal of this stress, providing you with a buffer between you and these unforeseen expenses. It's not just about having money in the bank, it's about financial peace of mind. But how do you build one quickly, without having to cut down on essentials? That's the million-dollar question we'll be answering today. So buckle up. Financial peace is just a few steps away. Stay tuned as we delve into a step-by-step guide on how to build an emergency fund quickly without cutting essentials. To start building your emergency fund, you first need to understand your expenses. Now, we all have expenses, right? From our daily cup of joe to our monthly Netflix subscription, the bills we pay, and the occasional pizza night. But do we really know where all our money goes each month? Understanding your spending habits is crucial in paving the way towards an emergency fund. Think of it like this. Your money is like a river, flowing into various channels. Some of it goes into groceries, some into rent, some into utilities, and so on. The key is to keep an eye on where the water is flowing. Is it going where it needs to, or is it trickling away into unnecessary channels? So, how do you keep track of all these expenses? Well, there are plenty of budgeting tools and apps out there that can help. They can categorize your spending, provide insights into your habits, and even alert you when you're overspending in a particular area. It's like having a personal finance advisor right in your pocket. Imagine being able to see your spending habits in real time. You'd be surprised at how much you spend on things you don't really need. That daily latte may not seem like much, but over a month, it can add up to a tidy sum. And that's money that could be going into your emergency fund. Start by categorizing your expenses into needs and wants. Your needs would include things like rent, utilities, groceries, the essentials. Your wants, on the other hand, are things that you could live without, like that extra pair of shoes or the premium cable package. This simple exercise can be a real eye-opener and can help you identify areas where you can cut back without affecting your lifestyle. Remember, building an emergency fund isn't about depriving yourself of the things you enjoy. It's about making smarter choices with your money. Knowing where your money goes each month is the first step in building your emergency fund. Now that you understand your expenses, it's time to set a realistic emergency fund goal. Let's get into the how and the why of setting this crucial financial target. Remember, an emergency fund is like a financial safety net. It's there to catch you when life throws those unexpected curveballs your way. But how much should you aim for? You might have heard the general rule of thumb, which suggests saving up 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. But why this specific range? Well, having 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses set aside can give you the cushion you need to weather most financial storms. Think about it. If you unexpectedly lose your job, this fund can keep you afloat while you find a new one. If your car breaks down or you face a sudden health issue, your emergency fund is there to cover those unexpected costs. However, this is simply a guideline. Depending on your personal circumstances, you might need to save more or less. For instance, if you're self-employed or have a volatile income, you might want to aim for a larger cushion, maybe even up to a year's worth of expenses. On the other hand, if you have a stable job with excellent job security, you might feel comfortable with a smaller emergency fund. The key here is to set a realistic and achievable goal. It's easy to be ambitious and aim for a 6-month fund right off the bat. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Start small. Maybe aim for 1 month's expenses first, then gradually increase your target as you get more comfortable with saving. This is not a race, but a marathon. Don't get discouraged if progress seems slow. Every dollar saved is a step in the right direction. And remember, this fund isn't for splurges or planned purchases. It's strictly for emergencies, those unpredictable events that life throws at us. Remember, the goal isn't to amass a fortune overnight, but to gradually build a safety net. Building an emergency fund is about security, peace of mind, and the freedom to make choices without financial stress. So start setting your goal today and take the first step towards financial resilience. With your goal in place, the next step is to create a savings plan. Now, remember, this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Everyone's financial situation is unique, so your plan should be tailor-made to fit your circumstances. One of the most effective strategies for saving money is setting up automatic transfers to your savings account. Think of it as paying yourself first. If you have a regular income, arrange for a certain amount to go straight into your savings account every time you get paid. This way, you're less likely to spend that money on non-essentials because it's out of sight, out of mind. But what if you don't have a regular income, or if it's not enough to put aside a significant amount each time? Well, that's where saving windfalls comes in. A windfall is any unexpected income, like a bonus at work, a tax refund, or even a birthday gift. Instead of spending these windfalls, put them straight into your emergency fund. It might feel like a sacrifice at first, but remember, this is about securing your future. Now let's talk about cutting back on non-essential expenses. Note, we're not talking about essentials here. Essentials are things like food, shelter, healthcare, and so on. Non-essentials are the things you can live without, even if you'd rather not. This might include eating out, subscriptions you rarely use, or that daily coffee from the fancy cafe. It doesn't mean you have to give up these things entirely. Instead, consider cutting back. Maybe have that fancy coffee every other day, or cook at home more often. Small changes can make a big difference. Creating a savings plan isn't just about saving money. It's about changing your mindset, your habits. It's about making smart decisions that will help you build your emergency fund and secure your financial future. And remember, it's okay to adjust your plan as you go. What's important is that you stick to it. With a solid savings plan, you'll be well on your way to building your emergency fund. Building an emergency fund isn't a one-time task. It requires commitment and occasional adjustments. Just like a ship navigating through the sea, you'll need to adjust your course occasionally to reach your destination successfully. The same principle applies to building your emergency fund. Staying committed to your savings plan is paramount. It's easy to be swayed by the allure of instant gratification, especially when you see that fancy gadget or that fabulous dress on sale. But remember, every dollar saved today is a dollar available for unexpected emergencies tomorrow. Think of your commitment to your savings plan as a commitment to your future self. You're not denying yourself pleasures of today, but you're securing peace of mind for tomorrow. You're ensuring that when the unexpected happens, you're not left scrambling or worse, in debt. But staying committed doesn't mean being rigid. Your savings plan needs to be flexible enough to accommodate changes in your income and expenses. Did you get a raise at work, or did your rent go up? It's time to revisit your savings plan. It's a good idea to review your plan every few months or whenever there's a significant change in your financial situation. This will help you stay on track and make necessary adjustments to meet your emergency fund goal. Perhaps you can save a little more from your paycheck now, or maybe you need to cut back on some non-essential expenses. The key is to keep your goal in sight and make changes as needed. Life is unpredictable. Your financial situation today may not be the same tomorrow, and that's okay. What's important is that you stay committed to your savings plan, adjust as necessary, and keep moving forward. So whether it's a leaky roof, an unexpected medical bill, or a sudden job loss, with a solid emergency fund, you'll be prepared to weather the storm. Remember, building an emergency fund is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay committed to your plan, and you'll reach your goal in due time. That's it. You now have a simple, practical guide to building your emergency fund. We've journeyed together through understanding your expenses, illuminating the importance of being aware of where your money goes. We've learned about setting a goal for your emergency fund, tailoring it to your unique financial situation. After setting our sights on a target, we've crafted a savings plan, a blueprint to guide your journey towards financial preparedness. Remember, it's not about cutting essentials, but about smart management and perhaps a little creativity. And finally, we've emphasized the importance of staying committed to your plan, adjusting as necessary, but never losing sight of that goal. This journey may seem daunting, but remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and you've already taken that first step by educating yourself. Thank you for tuning into House Lux Estate. Don't forget to subscribe for more financial guidance and home management tips. Until next time, keep saving.